Quit being the world's best kept secret. Your time is now.
Welcome to the Millionaire Woman Show, where we'll be discussing leadership, business, human potential, inspiring you to live rich from the inside out. Unlock your creativity, stretch out of your comfort zone, break through your barriers, take inspired action, and achieve epic results. Now here's your host, three-time best-selling author, speaker, and certified executive coach, Debra Kasowski.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Debra Kasowski, and I'm super glad that you've joined us. Today, I'm going to be talking about forever becoming the best version of yourself. And I know, all of you listening, or if you're watching this on YouTube, we all have a different vision of what that looks like. For some people, they look out into the world and they're thinking, you know what? That person's so lucky over there. Why did they get all the breaks? What's going on for me? Why haven't I met my destination yet to one of the goals that you might have set for yourself? And I'm here to tell you, you are forever becoming that best version of yourself until the day you take your last breath. But there's several things that you can be doing to, reach that destination, not the last breath part, but really to continuously hone. It was Thomas Edison who said, if we really put in the effort and saw what we were capable of, we'd astound ourselves. And have you ever done something that you just blew yourself away and you couldn't believe that you actually did it? For me, it was running a marathon. And when I crossed that finish line, it was just this surreal experience when the volunteer said to me, "It was a long way, wasn't it?" And it definitely was. And to think that 42 kilometers later that I crossed the finish line, and it was pretty amazing. Even your first time for different things. I remember when I went on even a ride at Knott's Berry Farm, my kids were saying, "Hey mom, let's go on this ride." And I thought, you know what? I stood there with my watch thinking, okay, 45 seconds. I can do anything for 45 seconds. And I'm not one for spinny rides and stuff, but they wanted to go. So I had my eyes closed the whole time. And, but I did go do it. And we're all a work in progress. I'm not saying you need to go on any special ride, but you want to be challenging yourself. So, some people will refer to it forever becoming a work in progress, that you're evolving. And there's some moments that through life that you feel like you got a curveball thrown at you and you're challenged and things are not going as your way. These are tests, right? These moments will test you and you will feel like giving up. I've had many experiences where you're like, is it really worth it? But I know that those things have been worth it because I can't imagine thinking without them. So when you can sit back and think, okay, this thing that I'm pursuing, this dream, this goal that I'm so passionate about, could I imagine just letting it go? Could I imagine stopping doing what it is? And is there something different that I feel more compelled to? Like if you're not passionate about a goal or something, that's different. But when you are really absorbed and kind of obsessed with that goal and it's going to happen, what happens is those who decide to quit are often so close that if they just pushed a little bit longer, a little bit harder, or put that extra elbow grease effort, that they'd be amazed about what are the possibilities that happen for them. So I want to challenge you today to remind yourself that you're continuously evolving, you're that work in progress, and you're forever becoming that best version of yourself. And the best way to jump in to really learning more about yourself and what you're capable of is to expose yourself to different experiences. This is why travel is such a great tool where you can learn different languages, try different dishes, sample culture, and gain different perspectives of how others see the world. And what I've also learned that is, we're often not that much different. But we have different approaches, different viewpoints, and we can learn so much from each other. This is when you want to gain insight. This is when you get reflection. And as you are exposed to new experiences and get more skilled with that exposure, you also become a lot more confident than you've ever thought possible. See, what holds people back is, if you refer to Carol Dweck's work in the Mindset book, phenomenal book. But if you have a fixed mindset, you tend to think that your talents, skills, and abilities are what they are. There's no room for expansions, there's no room for growth, and you avoid challenges unless you know that you're going to be successful. Now that is something that's going to hold you back, right? Whereas the growth mindset, they see these talents, skills, and ability as something to be developed, something to grow. And when a challenge shows up, instead of backing down because they're not sure they're going to be successful, they embrace the challenge. They take it on thinking, okay, I got some tools. What other tools can I learn along the way so I can be successful? And as you are continually evolving, you want to be able to have that belief that success is possible for you. And when you have that success possible attitude, it's a never give up attitude because there's no doubt in your mind. You are going to be pursuing what it is that you're after, and nothing is going to stop you. And you continue to show up despite the challenges, despite some of the hardships that come up. And it's showing up that makes the biggest difference. This is how you evolve into that best version of yourself. It's not huge action steps that you're taking. It's small action steps. These are small steps of courage for you to push through that fear or any barriers or roadblocks that tend to come up. Because either you're going to work around them, you're going to work over them, you'll figure it out. Because you're going to use different tactics and strategies to see what works. And it's continually testing and experimenting and seeing how you can further develop an idea, a concept that you have, and you're going to continuously be in pursuit of your success. And, this is where I want to caution you, because when people are becoming, they fall trapped to comparing themselves to others. And Eleanor Roosevelt has this great quote that, "Be you because everyone else is taken." Right? So if everyone else is taken, you need to show up as yourself. When we start comparing ourselves to other people, what we're doing is we're comparing ourselves to one moment of time. One moment that we see someone in their success without knowing the turmoil and the hardships and everything else that came with it. We want to be able to challenge ourselves in a way, but knowing that we're running our own race. We're doing this for ourselves to see what we're capable of, what we can succeed at. There's no shortcuts. People are looking for that magic bullet or a special pill for different things. There are no shortcuts to becoming the best version of yourself. As you get exposed to experiences, as you make decisions, blueprints, and the road in front of you will open up as you become decisive in really being confident and standing up within who you are, right? So we want to be able to really choose the things that we want to do, move into massive action, correct the course along the way. And you need to go through the experiences that you're going through, even the tests, you get challenged and your emotions come up. You need to feel all the feels. I'm sorry. But you need to, because it helps you process things. It helps you realize and pay attention to what's working and what's not working and what you need to start doing. So to really start paying attention and being in tune. And when we first get started, often we suck. And you need to embrace the suck and push through and get better. And soon enough, you'll have more competency, you'll be more skilled, and you'll be more confident in really moving forward and becoming the best you are. I know there's things that I've done the first time, and I like to use like scrapbooking. Years ago, I was into scrapbooking, and I look at one scrapbook and 10 scrapbooks later, I want to redo the first one because my skill set has evolved. I've totally transformed the way I do things, have a different visual imagery, and capture things in a different way, even my photography. So I want you to think about some of the things that you've done. Maybe you do woodworking, or maybe you learn to decorate your home a certain way, or you started doing triathlon or running. At first you might not be so good, and that's okay. You're not expected to be an expert or very proficient when you're doing things for the first time. So you need to be able to give yourself some grace so that you can continually tweak and adjust so that you can become that best version of yourself. Now, the biggest thing I want to emphasize here is that you need to have a vision for yourself. Without having that vision for yourself of who you want to be, how you want to show up in the world, what you want to have, then you have nothing to go to, right? You're kind of like the Sunday driver, just, going for a cruise, and you're really not having a destination to head to. So I want to encourage you today to think of a vision of how you want to show up in the world, what you want to be known for, and what do you want to be doing, and what do you want to have in your life. When you have a vision that you're moving toward, when you're forever becoming that best version of yourself, you're going to know what activities, what events, and what type of people you need to be surrounding yourself with. So say we want to hang out with, like-minded people with a similar vision, that will help challenge you. But I also want to challenge you to hang out with people who are unlike you. And you're like, what? They always say surround yourself with people who are like you. Every once in a while, I want you to throw yourself off course, hang out with people who are a little bit different than you or think differently, who can challenge some of your thinking, right? So when you challenge some of that thinking, what you're doing is starting to gain some other perspectives, so that it helps you actually make better decisions when you can understand a person's objective, different ideas another person might have, so that you are actually elevating yourself to a new level. They're offering a perspective you may never have thought of before. But you want to be staying, again, true to yourself. You're going to make choices based on your own core values, not someone else's. Because if you're struggling right now when it comes to the decision-making process, I guarantee you that you are working against some core values. So take some time to do some reflection and discover what that core value is. You want to be doing business or working with others who have similar core values to you. Otherwise, there's going to be that struggle involved. And right now, it's such an incredible opportunity to hone your skills, develop your talents, learn new skills, and putting yourself out there to really step into that capacity. And you can go to things like Udemy, Coursera. Like I'm not providing any endorsements, but I do know that these are available to you free of charge. Some of them might have a minimal cost. I haven't looked into some of the costs recently, but I want you to know that there's opportunities surrounding you to increase your knowledge at all times. There's YouTube, podcasts. When you start spending, even if it's 10 minutes a day, imagine the knowledge that you can be gaining to elevate yourself to a new position, to start thinking differently about some different topics, to really be able to hold those conversations. And it might be trivial conversations, but you can be having conversations with depth and meaning and really connecting with people. You might even be referring some of these podcasts or YouTube videos or articles that you're reading to other people. And this is a great way to continue to build and nurture relationships in your life, because they'll know you were thinking of them, number one. And number two, you're increasing their knowledge base. Hey, I was thinking of you today. Hey, I remember our conversation. This is something that might help you step into the new level of where you're heading as well. So always thinking about how you can help the next person get to their next level as well as yourself. So you are forever becoming. And this is where you really need to give yourself that grace. We can get upset at ourselves when things don't go well, and you really want to learn from others, accept help. And, because we can learn so much from other people's paths and learn what to do, what not to do. But above all, as you evolve, as you develop your work in progress, I also want to remind you to celebrate your wins. Celebrating your wins is a huge victory, right? We want you to be celebrating who you are, how far you've come, and that win itself. It was a challenge. It was your hard. So celebrate those wins and give yourself some grace in this learning process as you continue to develop in your best version. Never giving up, knowing that the next time can get you further than the first time. And every time, look back and reflect and think, what could I be doing better? And not just move quickly on to the next step, but truly acknowledging the wins for what they are and saying, hey, I got it. Woo! So celebrate yourself as well. Forever becoming the best version of yourself. I'd love for you to comment below. Let me know how you are becoming the best version of yourself. Make sure you hit the bell so you don't miss a single video that we put out here at Debra Kasowski International. Go over to my website. Right now you can get the 3-part video course on making habits stick. And it's completely free, 3-part videos, and it's making habits stick to help you build focus and consistency toward your goals so you can knock them out of the park and make them a reality. Thank you for joining me. Stay tuned for the next videos and podcasts. I love having you here. As Mahatma Gandhi said, be the change you wish to see in the world. And as always, go out and have a great day.